What is up, guys? It is the Bluebloods here, back with another preview, man. And we got the MEAC SWAC Challenge. We got Alcorn State versus North Carolina Central. The last time I checked this spread, Brandon, it was 13.5 Alcorn. It's going to be prime time, and the MEAC SWAC Challenge. We got game day there. Dion's going to be there. It's all the stars. I think Migos is having a private concert for it, Brandon, but it's going to be live in prime time this weekend. And it's the perfect opportunity, Brandon, to put on a show in front of the country. And also, it's going to be an interesting measuring stick, Brandon, for two teams that haven't played since 2019. Is Alcorn ready to reclaim their SWAC title? And can North Carolina Central really compete for the MEAC this season after a lot of their top teams left for other conferences, with North Carolina A&T headed to the Big Sky and also FAMU and Bethune headed to the SWAC? So, Brandon, what are some of the storylines you're looking for? What are you going to be looking at while you're watching this game?
Obviously, Zach, the main thing is what you already mentioned. We're coming off of this season where neither one of these programs played. So that's going to be super exciting to me. We did our SWAC preview a couple of, what was this, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, a week and a half, something like that. Anyway, we already did that. I chose Alcorn in my SWAC championship, not to win. I have Jackson State winning. I'm riding with them. But Alcorn is going to bounce back this season and be a similar team they were in 2019. This team that won the that won the SWAC, and I don't think they won the Celebration Bowl against North Carolina.
They did it. Yeah, A&T put like 60 on them.
But they put 50 on A&T. So
yeah, I know, but like they still gave up 60 points, man, and they got beat in this stadium, like in the Falcon Stadium, in Mercedes-Benz.
That's tough, man. I did notice the spread jumped to 14.5 for this game, which I think is lethal, and I'll get back to that in a little while. But Alcorn, the thing I'm looking most forward to is seeing how Felix Harper comes back and plays, dude, because he is, I think, the heart and soul of this team in general. Like, he is the player to watch. He is the player to watch on the SWAC. So that's mainly what I'm looking at, Zach. I'm looking for this to be a fairly competitive game. So that 14.5 is killing me. Like, I don't understand. And I know Alcorn's Alcorn, right? But I don't think North Carolina Central is a bad team. I think they're returning a lot, or a decent amount, from this 2019 team. That was good enough. I don't think they were bad.
It was 4-8, but fair enough.
It's fine, whatever. But I think 14.5 is a little bit out there, Zach. I mean, that's over 2 touchdowns. You have to lose by more than 2 touchdowns to not hit this spread.
I mean, you have a SWAC champion versus a 4-8 team out of the MEAC. I mean, I don't know what you expected, man.
All right, yeah. Sure.
I don't know what you expect. I mean, look, the biggest storyline, of course, is the quarterbacks. I mean, you got the SWAC Player of the Year and a freshman in 2019 finally getting, I guess, to have his junior year of finally, and he hasn't played. He didn't play his sophomore year because they opted out. But the Trigger Man is back, man. Felix Trigger Man Harper. I'm so excited to see him play. Last time we saw him, almost 3,000 yards through the air. 33 touchdowns, man, 6 rushing touchdowns and only 9 interceptions. Like I said, it was the SWAC Player of the Year. The only thing is, though, Brandon, I want to see, he took a year off, or Alcorn took a year off. I want to see his completion percentage go up. I want to see him hit that 63 to 67% mark this year. And if he can do that, I don't know who could stop this offense. Because when I went back and did some research, Brandon, Alcorn was undefeated when Felix completed over 60% of his passes. Yeah. And in all their losses, he had all his losses except North Carolina A&T, which I think he was still below 60. He had a 50% or lower. He completed like 40%. I believe it was the Grambling game in 2019. It was a terrible game for Felix Harper there. But on the other side, we have Davius Richard, who I think he had a decent freshman season, Brandon, but he really struggled against elite secondaries, which is what's going to be the problem here for me. 3 interceptions against Gardner-Webb, which had a solid defense. 2 interceptions and a 45% completion percentage against FAMU. 2 INTs and a 42.5% completion percentage against South Carolina State. And Brandon, when he went up against North Carolina A&T, he only completed 25% of his passes.
Right.
He got benched. So he was great in all the other games, but it was just when he faced stiffer competition, he couldn't deliver. And it's going to be interesting because if people don't know, Alcorn's defense, Brandon, in 2019 led the FCS, not the SWAC, the FCS in interceptions with 21 in a season and turnovers forced with almost 40. So that defense is stingy, athletic. I like Jawan Taylor at secondary. He was the 2019 SWAC championship MVP of that game. He is a playmaker. And right now, Brandon, Richard's going to get probably one of his tougher tests in terms of the secondary he's going to face. He probably won't face a secondary like this or as athletic or as opportunistic until he plays South Carolina State, where he gets to Kobe Durant. That huge matchup there. But also, Brandon, the storyline that I want to talk about is the revamped Alcorn defensive line against this NCCU offensive line that's also mostly revamped. Because if Isaiah Totten is not contained for Alcorn, it's going to be a problem. Because Totten is a 3-time all MEAC selection, rushed for over 2,000 yards as one of the school leaders in rushing yard and 15 touchdowns. So the key for North Carolina Central here is if Richard has to carry this offense, they're going to lose the game. But if Totten can establish the run against this new Alcorn front seven, this game's going to be much more competitive than people think, because I don't think Richard can keep up with the firepower that Alcorn has on the other side. So if you've got to control the time of possession, because if you look on the other side, Nico Duffy is going to be a problem at running back for Alcorn. He was already a problem in 2019, and now they bring in Austin Bolton from Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, who was the MVP there. So they have a great 1-2 punch. They got some other guys in that backfield. If North Carolina Central can't control the line of scrimmage, Brandon, and allows Alcorn's defensive line to establish pressure and stop the run, then I really think Alcorn can run away with this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. And let's not take away the passing game. I think that LaCharles Pringle is going to be an essential part of this Alcorn State offense. And admittedly, Zach and I, or at least I, know more about the SWAC than I do about MEAC. It's just what I've covered. So yes, I don't have many more thoughts on this one. I think Alcorn's the better team by a lot. I just think my comment about the 14.5 spread, like that's huge for like week one, Zach. I guess that's what I'm getting at. But I don't know. I don't have many more thoughts on this one.
I mean, personally, I think what this is really just kind of like, how rusty is Alcorn and North Carolina Central going to be after a year-long break? Which team can shake off the rust the fastest? When you have the athletes that Alcorn has compared to North Carolina Central, and you have an experienced, accomplished, capable quarterback like you do with Felix Harper, have a tough time thinking Alcorn is going to go in here and lose. Because, Brandon, when you look at Alcorn, they've been under the bright lights. They've been in the spotlight. They know how to win big games. I don't think I could say the same about North Carolina Central. So for me, Brandon, I have Alcorn big here. I have Alcorn 37-17 over North Carolina Central this weekend in Mercedes-Benz Stadium with the whole world watching in primetime. Man, I'm so glad this got the primetime slot. If you're tuned in to ESPN at 6 p.m. Central, man, this is a game you're going to have to watch.
Yeah, First Take's not going anymore, so that's kind of a bummer. But Max Kellerman's gone anyway. We got rid of him. But no, I also have Alcorn State big, and I do have them covering that 14.5 point spread. I've got Alcorn 42, North Carolina Central 21. So the other lines here, we have Alcorn State minus 700, obviously hit that. NC Central's plus 470. The over-unders, what I'm going to focus on here, Zach, the over-unders set at 52.5. I think that's you have to hit the over on that regardless. Like Alcorn has a good chance to hit that over on their own.
I think Alcorn's offense is going to be explosive. I think the best thing is I think their defense is going to pick up right where they left off and start forcing some significant turnovers. So, guys, comment below. Let us know what you think of this game, and go make sure to go check out our other game previews available now right here on YouTube and dropping tomorrow as well. We got some other games dropping, so make sure to tune into all the previews. Subscribe now. Turn on your post notifications. That way you can rock with us through the whole season as we deliver y'all daily college ball content. And man, we cannot wait to get into more of the games next week and give y'all these recaps starting on Monday. Also, we're in the works of getting a pregame and postgame show going. We'll let y'all know more about that as we get the details released. But guys, for B-Dub, myself, and the Blue Bloods, we are out for right now.